Okay, we're back. We're not done yet. I just had a couple more questions. You know, when I was young and I went to go buy a car, and my dad went with me, and he said, oh no, you're not going to get stuck with a $331 a month payment. So he did me a favor, didn't he?
He did, because he's right. Buying a car is one of the biggest wastes of money. Buying a new car, I'm sorry, because with a new car, there's depreciation. So what that means is that car that you buy is not even going to be worth that 60 seconds once you drive off the lot. If I told you I have an investment where you're guaranteed to lose money, would you invest in it? You wouldn't. That's what a new car is. It's a guaranteed to lose money investment.
So we're talking what, $2,000 the minute you walk off that lot?
Well, it's a percentage. You can lose, I think it's about 9 to 10% that you lose as far as what the car is worth. So it depends how much the car is worth. So it's really a percentage that you lose. Meaning that if you buy a car for $2,000 and it's brand new, let's just say, and you want to bring it back, you drive it off the lot and come back and say, I want to sell it back, give me my $2,000, you might get back $1,800. See what I mean? It doesn't make sense to buy a brand new car. So instead, let someone else experience the depreciation. You get it a year or two older. It's still a new car, basically, and you get to save on that depreciation. You get it at the $1,800, not the $2,000.
And when you're saving the money, then what do you do with the money that you save?
So you want to, few things. One, definitely, you want to have an emergency fund. That's critical. So you want to have at least 3 months to 2 years worth of savings, depending on your field. So my mom's a nurse, so when she lost her job, she was able to get a job right away. She needed 3 months. My sister's an engineer. It took her 2 years to find a job. She needed 2 years worth of emergency savings. You also want to be putting toward retirement. You have to think about your older self. How much money should I set aside for my older self? So if you're not spending that much money in a car loan and you still have it, put that $200 toward a retirement fund.
Exactly. And then when you talk about how much to have in reserve, we always hear 6 months. So what you're telling me is 6 months isn't enough.
Well, it depends. Like I said, it depends on what arena that you work in. So if you're a nurse and there's a demand for nurses, you might not even need 6 months. But if you are an engineer and it takes a long time to get a job, you might need more than that. So it all really depends on like kind of what area you work in. You know what I mean? Some jobs are easily able to be replaced and some jobs take more time.
And what if you're transitioning?
So you're definitely going to want to have, that's why the more savings really the better. So that way as you're transitioning, you're not having to worry about how am I going to pay my bills. And if you're transitioning, call the people that you owe money to. Call your car note people, car insurance. Sometimes they actually will have some sort of program where you don't have to pay for a few months because they know that you're transitioning jobs. So call.
And what about bankruptcy? That is something that a lot of people end up doing.
Well, I would
say, is it a smart move or a bad move?
For most people, it's not a great move, and you definitely want to talk to a bankruptcy lawyer because it's very devastating to your personal finances. It's like a divorce. It's like a death of your personal finances. So I really would suggest that you sit down with a bankruptcy lawyer, not one that's trying to sell you bankruptcy, because if you file for bankruptcy, you're going to be locked out of so many things for the next 10 years of getting a house, getting a car, even renting places, even getting a cell phone, all of that.
How about a job?
Exactly. I know people who have not been able to get jobs because bankruptcy has destroyed their credit. So for most people, it is not worth it. Now, if you're making, let's just say you're making $10,000 a year as a teacher and you owe $500,000 a year, then yes, that might make sense. But for most people, they don't owe that much. I know people who've claimed bankruptcy after only owing $10,000. I'm like, you could pay that off.
And a lot of houses were underwater, especially since 2009. Yeah. And like, you know, then that was a smart move to just go ahead and just
not necessarily
walk away.
Well, to walk away, but that's not the same thing as claiming bankruptcy.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm actually going to say bye, guys, because I am starving. It's been a long day. I've been speaking all day. But it was nice seeing y'all, and hopefully stay connected. I am the Budgetnista on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope. You can find me at thebudgetnista.com if you have additional questions. Live richer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.